Will I continue? Yeah or no? Hit play, let's go, let's go. One episode, feel the flow. Hold me fast or I let it go. Will I continue? Will I continue?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another Will I Continue, where I have a very special guest today. One I know from the AI art community. It's a lovely person. Great. I'm so happy you get to meet her. She is Bree from I Knew
Hi.
It. Hey. Just tell me about yourself, Bree. What you do and your socials, or whatever you like to talk about.
Oh, yeah. Well, first of all, let me say thank you for having me on your show, Joe. This is like really exciting. So thank you so much. As far as like Instagram, well, I have socials everywhere, but Instagram is where I predominantly spend my time via I Knew It Studio. All the other platforms are severely neglected, but I do AI generated content there. I don't have a specific niche. I just want to learn how to do as many different things as I can. And I just spend time making creepy but beautiful things. So, yeah.
I do love your new review videos. Those have been so cool, very cinematic, especially the
Thank
one
you.
with the girl with white hair. I think she's an elf, maybe I can't remember, but they're just top notch. I love your stuff.
Thank you. Thank
Very
you.
very good. But yes, today we're going to be talking about the lovely and kind of eerie another anime. And I'll just
Yes.
go through this, go through the Wikipedia as I always do in the past, and kind of give you a little bit of a snippet of how this anime is and the background of the anime. Okay, so here
Okay.
is Wikipedia. I'll attach it to the link to the show notes. So another is a 2012 Japanese adult animated horror television series produced by PA Works and directed by Tsutomu Mizushima that aired 12 episodes from January 10th to March 2020. I'm sorry, March 27th, 2012, based on the 2009 novel of the same name by Yukito Ayo Tsuji. The series is set in 1998 and focuses on a boy named Koichi Sakakibara, who, upon transforming into Yomiyama Middle School, and meeting the curious Mei Masaki, finds himself in a mystery revolving around students and people related to his class facing gruesome and senseless deaths. But yes, so that's kind of what goes on. Yeah, we'll talk about it this first episode. I have to get your opinion first, Brie.
Sure.
What did you think of the build up that it did in the very beginning?
The buildup was great. I mean, I was like sucked in almost immediately just because of the atmosphere. It was like, ooh, something spooky's going on here. We don't know what it is,
Right.
but it's reeling me in. So it got
Mm-hmm.
me like right away, right away.
I know, and I loved how it builds up. So, for the audience, and there's spoilers, of course, to this. So, and it's just the first episode, but it talks about Masaki. She was in the ninth grade, and she apparently died. But this was
Mhm.
26 years ago. But she pops up in the current current day as I don't know. That's what's the weird part about it, right? So we
Right.
don't know if
No,
this
not yet.
Misaki is the Misaki they're talking about 26 years ago. And that's what's so mysterious. And what, like, for me, what kind of pulled me in, right? Who's this weird girl? I mean, she's got the eye
Right.
patch. You know, what is it, the Misaki, or I don't know. Sorry. One thing, if you probably noticed, the marionettes or the figurines that popped up
Yeah.
randomly, not just in certain instances they mention, it's just pop up randomly. What on earth is that? What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, but they're like planting little seeds for us. They're trying to reel us in. They're letting us know that this mysterious thing has happened to this young girl from way back when. But then we're right here at present day, where Koichi, he's here in the hospital, and we're like, okay, what's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to know, but I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
My ears are peaked. My attention is like drawn in, but
Right.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what's going to happen. So yeah.
Right. And then yeah, so he was in the hospital. he had a collapsed lung, and
Yeah.
this is how it just kind of starts out
Right.
building this character. And half the time throughout the whole like anime, the first episode, I didn't know what was real at times, right?
Oh.
So my perspective is like he's there, did and then we okay, I'm so it starts out and I'm going ahead, but
Mhm.
the things it starts out as he's in hospital and it just gives the essence of was he planted there, right? In a sense. Did you get that or something? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, he came from another town. His father's in India on a business trip. He's living with his
Right.
grandparents. And I don't know, I feel like he was just maybe just somehow planted there. And they're acting weird about him just being there, period. Because
Yeah.
I mean, what's your take on that?
Well, so for me, I was sitting there trying to inspect, okay, because already I'm invested in this. I'm trying to figure out like who the character are,
Mm-hmm,
what's going on, the setting, because he's in the hospital and these kids are there. He wakes up
mm-hmm,
and there's his fellow students that he's never met before. And immediately, because they've set the stage with the story about this young girl who's passed away and this particular school, like how they zoom into the school emblem and
mm-hmm.
everything, and you're thinking, all right, are these my first question ashamedly was like, are these guys dead? Are they also dead? Are they visiting him? Like, is he dead? I wanted to, like, I'm like leaving
Yes,
all of these possibilities
right.
open in my mind for like what is going to happen here. So I'm not quite sure. And I'm still trying to piece everything together, but I'm very open minded. I will tell you that. So,
So
yeah.
yeah, I was the same way. That's why I'm like, was he planted? I mean, what are these people real? What's real? What's not
Right.
real? Are they replaying these events somehow, or they're because so the whole gist of it too, the whole third class is completely separate from the other
Exactly.
classes. Why?
Exactly. Why? Are they
Right?
dead? You
Right?
know, are they the only ones that can like see these supernatural things going on?
Right?
I want to know. I'm like, what's happening right now? What's happening?
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, even the talk of Misaki. There's like,
Right.
did you see that girl? Why is she not here? She was in the hospital. I saw her. She told me she came to a school. She was in third. Well, I don't think she said she was in third class, but she said she went to a school. Why isn't she there? And they're like, oh, acting weird about her. And then again, the whole figurines, the marionettes kind of type thing flashing throughout these sequences, right? It's like, I don't know, it's different. And especially it kind of makes me feel like maybe the third class is stuck in third class. You know they're asking him about all the different, like, so he came from Tokyo, and then they come in and they bombard him with all these questions. Oh yeah, Tokyo, it's a big city,
Mm-hmm.
come here, nothing happens here, is boring, right? And then every time he looks over at that desk, you get the leader of that class. He looks at the other guy and look at get his mind off that desk, right? He kind of deter him in a sense because he sees Kochi looking at that blank desk, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that makes you think, okay, what's going on there, anyways, right? Um, but it seems like they're so secretive. Something is just off.
Yeah. Definitely off. Off. Off is the right word. Definitely. It's the right word because you're looking around and I'm like inspecting everything
Mm-hmm.
like I'm watching an ID discovery show, where they're
Mm-hmm.
revealing like who's dead and who are the suspects and everything else. But as soon as the nurse came in to kind of set the stage, like, that he's got to be real, or at least maybe like a sixth sense type of scenario.
Right.
Is he the only one that can see these kids that are standing before him and they're asking him all the questions? Like they know things, but then they're asking questions and he's just trying to figure out like, who are you? Why are you here? I mean,
Right.
thank you. Thanks for the notes.
Yeah.
So there's like the little flashing and the
Mm-hmm.
next day with the dad talking to him on the phone. So we know that something's happened
Mm-hmm.
because the mom is no longer there. So
Right.
we know that's how he got there.
Mm-hmm.
But what's going to happen after that? That's
Yeah.
the whole thing for
The,
me. It's like,
yeah. It has to be his family linked to. So when we first meet May, he's still in the hospital. He goes into the basement. So he's on his phone. He sees dad text him or where the case may be, and he goes to the elevator, and he didn't realize May was there. Was she there? Was she not there? Is she a ghost? Is she some, like we keep saying, is what is real? And when they go down to the basement too, which is the boiler room, and that's where the morgue is, the
The
mortuary.
morgue.
Yeah, the morgue. And she just kind of already has there's an eye patch, the weird Living Dead feel. And she's
Right.
dragging, it's not because of almost a stare, blank face. It's the little doll, or not doll, the figurine that keeps on flashing in the daggum scenes.
Right.
And she just, she's just so eerie. And she walks out into the hallway, and it's just complete black, dark, nothing, no light, and just walks into the emptiness,
To the darkness.
to the darkness. Stay away from the light. But it's, I don't know. And then she's like, oh, my other half, I've got to deliver
Right?
something.
Okay.
That's what makes you think.
Yes. Is her other half her? Because she's got the doll in her hand and she's going to make a delivery. I
Mhm.
mean, what kind of delivery? I don't know. It's creepy. I'm here for it though. I'm here for
Yeah.
it. I'm here
It
for it.
almost makes me, it's like the figurine her, or if are they making figurines? I don't, how that's my my mind keeps on going. What is the deal with the figurines? What is this play? Does she come from a figurine?
We don't know. We don't know. But that's the thing. Like, if we continue to watch this, that is an answer that I'm going to be looking to be answered. I want to know. If it has a bunch of holes in it, I'm okay with it as long as it answers it toward the end. Then I'll be okay. Then I'll
Right.
be all right.
Right.
Yeah, it's definitely something I'm here for because she's walking into the darkness. We
Mhm.
know that she exists, but some people can see her and some people can't. And
Mhm.
there's a whole crew of people that literally act like she's still there. They're
Right.
acting like she still exists.
Right.
She's still part of the class, or at least
Right.
that's what they did 24 years ago.
Right.
But there's a whole special class of people that have like these weird things. They're just like things. We don't even
Mhm.
know, like heart condition, the
Mhm.
ankle, the all, there's like all of these little clues that are kind of being pulled together.
Right, that's what's gonna go to next. Yeah, the kid with the heart condition, and then
Mm-hmm.
the one of the class leaders, or I forget what her role is in the whole thing, but Yukari Sakuragi, she's the one, as you were mentioning, that has like the ankle issue, right?
Right.
And when we first saw her in the hospital room when they first met Koji, it didn't show that, right? I
No,
don't remember,
no,
but
no, she seemed fine then.
right, unless of course these are days, of course, that could have happened, but it doesn't go into
course.
where they are in the days. But that was just like it's weird. The little subtle hints, the weirdness, like who's hurting these are people hurting these kids, right? Is there something else, or they're kids from the past who's carrying on the hurt that they have, or whatever the case may be, right?
Yeah, could be.
I can't. I don't know. It was just so strange. And then when they, when they're out there and the kid has an issue, and then they're just talking about Sakuragi. That's when we find out that class 3 doesn't share
Mm-hmm.
a class with
Anything.
class 3. You're right. With any other classes, they're just
Anything.
outcast, right? Almost like, are they just an outcast? Or they're just a weird group of kids that may or may not be there.
Right. That's what I'm leaning towards. I'm serious. I'm totally leaning towards them being all dead. Like
Mhm.
from this class from 24 years ago, they're just continuing on,
Right. And
just as if nothing has happened.
I want to touch on this at the end too, because I don't know if you saw the end credits.
I did watch the end credits. I
Okay, cool.
did.
So
I
that's
saw
what.
that. Like as the yeah.
We'll get onto that because that's what makes fall on your theory. So with the whole conversation about when he was talking to Sakuragi, I think how you pronounce that, the girl outside in their PE, he sees May on the roof drawing.
Right.
Like she's there but not there, part of the class, but she's in school but not. It's the whole whatever eeriness keeps on going, and then he goes up and runs up there and he talks to May, and he's like questioning her. And what is weird, she doesn't like to be questioned. I mean, what was your take on that? What do you?
My take was she's not here to be bothered by all of your questions. Like you'll get it when you get it, you
Right.
know? I mean, if she clearly says like, I don't like to be questioned. That's
Mm.
like not a thing, but I'll entertain it for a second. For a
Right.
second.
Right.
What you got, you
She
know?
got that tude. She's got the attitude. Like, you're not talking to me right now. I don't feel like talking to
Yeah,
you.
I'm not doing it. 'Cause she's watching everybody, you know, from on top of the building. You know, she's on top of the school. She's watching the kids do the stuff, but you know, I don't know. It's just creepy. The whole thing is creepy, and he just runs right up there. He's like, "That's the girl. I
Hmm.
saw her. I need to go talk to her." So
Right.
yeah.
What was weird too, how she described her name. Like, I know in Japanese, you know, they're the Kanga were the characters, I think, and she says, "Yeah, the character's my name is Sing." Because I think it's May, right? So Sing, sympathy, and scream. Like what?
Right.
What? What does that mean? I never heard anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, the characters may be that in Jap. I didn't do my research, but that's just weird, right?
Yeah, absolutely, because it gives you some insight as to like her personality, her character. But you know, when you think about a name, is it something that was acquired before or after her death? You know, I don't know. I don't know enough about the how the names come together, but it gave me a little bit of insight to, well, if it's musically inclined and scream is part of it, this is all around very creepy. And as you
Mhm.
know, I'm here for it. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Right. And what did you think about when he finds out they're kind of suspicious of him? They're kind of what's the word? You might help me with this. That they are standoffish to a point because it's his name. His name is associated with death, right? Is it his first name or his last name?
I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, they had a lot of curiosity about him. And you think about that first scene where he's in the class and everybody's asking him all the questions, you know, like, are you here? How long have you been here? Have you been here before? So that started in the hospital. But when he got to the school and all the kids are asking these questions, then you're just like, you feel like they should know because they had so much information prior to.
Mm-hmm.
But again, this is one of those pieces where I'm just willing to ride it out because I haven't been able to put all the pieces together yet. Because it's only episode one, and I didn't watch anything beyond that.
Gotcha.
But
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, because I think about this too. It's like since we're watching the first, I try to analyze everything and try to guess. So what I was trying to pinpoint was the death of his name. Maybe is his mom passed
his
away,
mom,
and
right?
linking his name to his mom, who did die, because it seemed like the grandfather was having still a hard time with his daughter passing. Right? They had that
Of
little
course.
brief moment where he's like, he says, I forget what he said, but he's like, he in a sense he wishes his daughter was still there, which of course every
Yeah,
grandparent, every
of course.
parent, right? But it's been 10, 11 years, I think, since her passing. And he still is holding on that. And the weirdness is the grandfather, when we talk to him, is in a pitch black room doing his daily prayer, I guess.
Right.
Um, and that makes me wonder if potentially that the whole town knows, of course, about her mom's death, and that's where it's associated with the name of his name being associated with a death in general, right? So I'm curious if that has a linkage somewhere in the future. We might find out.
Yep,
Um,
another hole yet to be filled.
I know
So
so many holes, so many plot points we need to. I feel like I need a board and have a pictures and a tic tac attacks and a
right,
red
like
line.
yep,
Yeah.
exactly,
I'm like, oh my
exactly.
gosh. So this one thing I love about this show, and probably you feel the same way. It sounds like it's just so much you want to try to put together,
Mhm.
but it doesn't give you enough.
Right. Just enough to kind of like capture your attention, become invested, and want to know more. And
Right.
I think that this show, the first episode, successfully did that for me because
Oh,
it's hard
good.
to keep my attention just in general. But this one, you know, I think it was like the quickest 40 minutes ever. Quickest 40 minutes ever. I
Yeah.
wanted to know. At
Yeah.
the end, I was like, I need to know
Yep.
what happened. What
Yep.
happened here?
So let's go into it. So would you go about and continue?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I would absolutely continue watching this, and in hopes that it would get towards the end and I would have a full picture.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to May? What
Mm-hmm.
happened to her? What happened to Koichi's mom?
Right.
Why is class 3 only class 3? Why are they separated from everyone else?
Right.
Like what is going on? Why
Mm-hmm.
does he see her and, I mean, here, there, I mean, it's very Sixth Sense feeling to me. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know, but I'm willing to ride it out to find out what happens.
And I'm saying, I'm going to continue. Everything about just wanting to know what is going on with this class 3. What is the connection between May and she's supposed to be? Is she maybe a distant relative of the original May? Is she, her better half? Is there some kind of twin essence? The figurines. What does the figurines have to do with
Mm,
this stuff? Is it, it's just so many outlooks. Just to try to wrap your brain around, and the whole figurines popping in and out, and now of course that has to do with something. They probably explain that. I'm totally down to watch this again. And now let's go to the end credits. So when you were saying about the ghost, I feel like they credited the end credits scene. They were pop up slowly at a time.
right.
Now,
One right after the other, like this.
yeah,
Yep.
and almost in a creepy ghost transparent, no, not transparent, but a ghost link is what they were previously, right? In a
Hmm.
sense, because they all had their own characteristics, their own, personality, and had May, but didn't. So May, if I can remember right, she didn't slowly appear. She was a solid figure walking toward away from the camera. So it's like that goes to our ghost. We could be far off, but I mean, it's just way they did
I
it.
hmm
Go ahead, sorry.
I don't know. I'm agreeing with you because it's cryptic.
Mm-hmm.
It's cryptic. And again, I really feel like the people that put this story together, the creators of this story that produced, I mean, it's very cinematic.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful to watch.
Mm-hmm.
It looks beautiful, but the eeriness of it, the crypticness of it, you're thinking, at least I'm thinking,
Mm-hmm.
everything that they're showing me is a clue. It's a little
Agreed.
clue or a little seed that they're planting to let you know there's much, much more to the story, way more. Just keep watching. Keep watching. We
That's
will
right.
reveal. We will not disappoint.
Gotcha.
That's what I keep feeling like.
I'm doing something new, so you're going to be the first with me to do this. And I
Okay.
didn't tell you at all because I did this for a purpose. So I'm going to start rating the first episode, how I
Okay.
feel the first episode actually aired. And I'm going to go through 1 through 5. So and I don't have a rating scale as in like what would equal to the amount of points up to 5, right? But in your feeling from like I'll just say this in 0, it was whatever. I'm not watching it again. It was horrible written the first episode. To say a 2 is it's average. And then we hit a
Okay.
5. Oh my gosh, it blew my mind. I wanted to hit next right after
Yes.
our first episode. Get
Okay.
that. So you got the rating scale is.
Got
All
it.
right, go.
Yep.
So
Got
in
it.
your opinion, what do you think? Well, 1 to 5.
I give it a
5.
5. I would
5.
give it a 5. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
And again, that's personal taste. I love creepy, gritty, dark, mystery. It got me. It got me.
Mm-hmm.
But if it ends up being like a season 8 of Game of Thrones, where you're wishing that they had just rewrote the whole last season, that could happen. The possibility is there where you've watched something the entire time and it was just amazing, amazing, amazing. Then you get to the very end and you're like, "Wah, wah, wah." I hope that doesn't happen, but I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it. I'll let you know. I will.
Gotcha.
I'll let
Now
you know.
I have not seen Game of Thrones, but I've heard that from everybody I talked to you about. But so I would rate it. I want to say a 4 because it had me where I did want to know what the heck happened, but there's so many holes, which that what led me to that. But at to a point, it was so confusing at times. Right?
Oh,
If
okay.
someone who wasn't trying to pinpoint, just watching it, just chill, that would be okay. I want to see what happens, but I'll wait till next day. right? And I'll watch it. It didn't have me to, oh my gosh, I want to watch it right afterwards, right? So it had me almost there. I was flip flopping between which at 4 and 5, but I was had to think with all a bit of confusion, which was there on purpose, was great in a sense, and trying to think of what the heck is going on.
Hmm.
That's what kind of let me a little bit just talk it down a tiny bit. But I'm still excited. I thought it was a great
Yeah.
episode. Great way to get into the whole, mystery. You got a bit of the background. You got
Yep.
some cool characters that you don't know about. You want to invest and see who the heck they are.
Exactly.
How their character's going to develop. Because I've watched anime where the character just it's so cool in the beginning, but
Yep.
the character development is just plateaus. That's it. They don't go up, they don't go low. They just stay that.
Just
But
whatever. Yeah.
yeah, basically. But yeah, that's it. Thanks so much, Bree, for joining. So if you want to throw out your socials again, where they can find you, your whatever one they want to find you at.
Well, you can definitely find me on. Well, thank you, number one, Joe, for letting me hang out with you on this show and
My
watch
pleasure.
this first episode with you. I will definitely continue watching it. So this has been fun for me. So I appreciate that.
I'm glad.
And as far as finding me, you can definitely find me on Instagram with I Knew It Studio. I think I have the same handle for TikTok and X and all those other places, but I never respond to anybody on any of the other platforms. They're severely neglected. But that's where you can find me. You can definitely find me there.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. My pleasure having you on here. And you've been great to talk to with this. Have somebody else to talk about in an episode. And I loved your
Yeah.
insights and your curiosity of it. Thank you so much. But thanks
Thank you,
again.
Joe.
You're welcome. Thanks again. It's been a good episode and have a good one all. Bye.